Welcome back! In this lesson, we will see how we can configure case teams to make sure your users can share cases with their colleagues easily. By default, a case is assigned to a user or a queue. That person is known in the Salesforce world as the owner. The owner gets special privileges on the record. As an owner, you can view, edit, transfer, delete, and share the records you own. Now, that's all well and great, but what if you need to share those view and edit rights with other colleagues? For example, a technical expert needs to help you with a very tricky product question, and you want to show them the case, but since the cases are locked down and only the owners can see them, you're the only one who can see it. That's exactly what a case team allows you to do. What a case team does is it allows you to add your team members to specific roles on the case. Each one of those roles has got specific rights assigned to them. For example, here in our team, we have a relationship manager who gets edit rights and two technical experts who each get viewing rights, which means they cannot edit the case. So here in our example, we could add Janet Goodwill to our case team as a technical expert. This would in turn give her case access in read-only mode. That's a very nice feature that your users will find very useful to collaborate with their colleagues because they will be able to give them accesses that they did not have before. So, let's see how to set this up. In this demo, we'll configure a case team from scratch. We'll first configure the case team roles that we will allow case access to. We will then add the case team related list to the case page layout to make case teams available to our users. And finally, we will test case teams out by adding one user to a case that they did not have access to before. So, let's get going. In order to set up case teams, we need to first set up the case team roles as we saw in this module. Once we have those team roles set up, we will have to add the case team related list to the page layout of the case. So, let's first set up our case team roles. To do that, let's search for case team using the quick find. You will see that we have two options, case team roles and predefined case teams. Case team roles will allow us to define the roles in the case team. This is what we want. Predefined case teams will allow you to predefine certain case teams that you will then be able to reuse, for example, in assignment rules. Let's press case team roles. You can see that we have no member roles set up yet. We will create a new one in order to get going. Let's name this one Technical Expert. Now, when we assign this role to a member of our team, we need to specify what type of access they will get to the case. You can see that we can give them private access to the case, which means that they cannot do really anything on the case itself. Read-only, which means that they can view the case, and then read-write, which means that they can even edit the case and make changes to it. Here, we just want to make it read-only for them. That way, the case will show up, they will be able to access it, but they will not be able to make changes to it. Let's select read-only. Visible in Customer Portal is an option that you want to activate if you want that technical expert to appear on the Salesforce community that your clients can see. We will not do that here. Let's press Save. Now, we are going to create a second team role. Let's press on Team Roles again, and let's add a second one. This time, we will call this one Customer Success Manager. For this one, we want to make the case access read-write. Because this Customer Success Manager will likely be involved in the closing of the case, we want to give that member write access to it. And then we press Save. We now have our two team roles set up. What we then want to do is add the case team related list to the page layout so that we can use it. To do that, let's click on the Object Manager. From there, let's look for the case object. Now, in order to change the page layout, we need to click on Case Page Layouts. You can see that we have a few that are already created. We want to change the generic case layout. Now from there, we want to click on related lists in order to access all of our related list options. And you will see that case team is one of those related lists that we can drag and drop in our related lists for this page layout. Once this is done, you can click the Save button. We need to select Yes, so that the case team will appear on all of our users' page layouts. Now that this is done, let's have a look at one of our cases and see if we can add team members to it. To do this, let's go to this case, which I just created for demonstration purposes, and let's access the related lists. You will see that case team now appears. And what we can do is we can either add individual members to the team, or we can add predefined case teams if we had a few set up already. For our purposes, I am going to select Add Member. Here, we can choose between people and contacts. Contacts are only useful if you are using Salesforce communities. So here, we are going to stick with people, which are users. And I'm going to search for myself. I will click on myself. And then I need to select which role I will play on this case. Will I be a technical expert or will I be a customer success manager? If I select technical expert, I will only get view access to the case. If I select customer success manager, I will get both read-write access. Of course, because I'm the owner of this case, I already have all of those rights. Here, this is just for demonstration purposes. You would assign this to another team member, of course. So you can see that I am now added to the case team. I've got the right role assigned to me, and I get full read-write access to the case. That's it. That's how it works. That's how easy case teams are to set up. Well done. You now know how to set up case teams. I'm sure your users will love this feature to enable them to share their access to other members of the team. Well done.